Is it bright enough?
Yeah. 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, angry. But if they come out, I'm scared they will knock down the things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the table for a moment, so you can like talk to the people coming in.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay.
Where do you want to put?
Yeah. Can you put it on with her so she can see the chat?
Where do you want to put?
Anywhere on the table, I think we have space. Then later when we start, you can like move the laptop.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. So later you will move, right? Yeah, first. Oh, okay, come. Yeah, first, then later we'll move it. Thank you. So what do I do?
You can interact because people are coming in.
So I type or I talk?
Oh,
okay. Hi, good morning, everyone. I need to unmute myself.
No. The mic is open.
Oh.
You just need to talk.
Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Is everybody busy with the CNY? Thanks, everyone, for coming in this Sunday morning. Yeah, Jennifer, it's true. It's more relaxed this year. We have less visits and less things to cook, right? Yes, singing, we can still bake and send our bakes to friends and family to show our love and also to share our CNY prosperity, abundance. Okay. Hello everyone, how are you? Busy getting ready for Chinese New Year? Welcome to the final series. Where should I put that? Oh, sorry. Hello everyone, how are you? I'm Yan. Is everyone busy with Chinese New Year preparations? Thank you for coming in today to join us for the Yorap CNY cooking live stream. My name is Yan. I'm a Yorap creator. This is my first time on live. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, my IG account is YanN88. I like to bake and cook and eat and take photos of food as well. Okay, with Chinese New Year coming up, if you didn't have time to bake yet, it's now the chance to learn 2 new bakes with me. For the first one that I'm making is the Pork Floss Bakwa Prosperity Buns. Why Pork Floss and Bakwa? During Chinese New Year, everyone has abundance of Bakwa and Pork Floss at home. So why not make something with it? And then you look at this is so like abundance and prosperity feel, right? So full like that, right? Man. Okay, the next one I'm making is the Red Bean Almond Happiness Tarts. As this year's Chinese New Year on the 15th day is near to Valentine's Day. It's just 1 day apart, 元宵节. So let us bake something sweet, round, and happy for Valentine's Day and 元宵节. Also, this light buttery pastry, right? It's wrapped with red bean. Red bean also has the meaning of 相识 in Chinese, means like love and missing partners, etc. Okay, this live stream is done in partnership with Choose Eggs, Golden Bridge Bakwa, and Pork Floss, as well as Almond Red cream cheese and butter. So we are making use of their high quality ingredients to make our Chinese New Year treats this time. So with that, let's get started. Okay, the Pork Floss Bakwa, right, is going to be wrapped with savory eggs. I have used Choose Eggs to make egg mayo mixed with Bakwa from Golden Bridge as the filling and topped with yummy pork floss. So with that, let me go get my bread dough in a while. Okay, due to the time constraint, right, I couldn't show the full making of bread. So I have proved my bread already in advance. This is the bread dough after the first proving. Let us look at that. I have mixed bread flour, butter, sugar, egg, and fresh milk, as in with my recipe on your right, to make the dough. And this is the dough after proving for 60 minutes. So with that, let us do the punch in. Everybody likes to do the punch in. See, this is to release the air in the bread dough. And on a lightly flat surface, usually I will just flatten the bread dough. See, it's nice and soft after the first proof of 60 minutes. I just flatten it into round and then divide into 8 equal pieces. This recipe enables us to make 8 prosperity bakwan buns. So I agak-agak lah. I will just cut it. A bit lazy to measure it. So okay, we will cut it. Into 8 equal parts. Okay, usually, right, a lot of videos and recipes will tell you to knead the bread dough, but don't do that because with that, right, you create a lot of gluten and then you get very hard buns. The trick is just to fold it 90 degrees twice. 2 or 3 times is fine, like that. And then just simply round it into a circle. And then rest for 20 minutes. See, just fold 90 degrees, round it, smoothen it into a ball. Again, very easy, very fast. And then we'll let the dough rest for about 20 minutes. But for here, maybe we just rest for a while and then we will start to make the next step. Sorry, I didn't measure, so I think some are bigger than the others. Okay, place them in sequence so you know which one is the first one. Then you roll it. So when you do the wrapping for the second proving, you can start from the first and then end with the last one that you just folded now. Okay. See, the dough is nice and soft and not too rubbery and glutenous. For bread dough, right, we like to use unbuttered sorter because of the high quality of the butter. Here we are using Bell's butter because Bell's butter is very nice and fragrant and light, and it also has good creamy notes and easy to work with. With this, I will just cover it with some cling wrap to prevent the dough from drying out. Just roughly cover is okay. And let it rest for about 20 minutes. So now, let us proceed to the next step is to make the fillings for the buns, which is egg mayo with bakwa. I have prepared the egg mayonnaise overnight in advance. You can make it overnight so that it's easier to work with. It's not so like wet and loose. And then I'm using this Golden Bridge Bakwa. Bakwa, right, has come up with 2 Chinese New Year special bakwas, the lychee wood and the Iberaka bakwa. They are very easy to use because they come still in vacuum packs and it's more hygiene and can keep longer. So I have used one of each today and I've already cut them out into tiny pieces. Oh yeah, and this Golden Bridge Bakwa, right, it doesn't come with nitrates and has no preservatives, and it's made in Singapore. So support local. Okay, I'll just mix the cut bakwas inside. Okay, just mix it up. You can suit the amount of bakwa to your own liking and tasting. I've used 2 slices of Golden Bridge CNY special bakwas, 2 slices. I'll be using about 30 grams of filling for this bun. If you like more, you can add more. But if it's very big, right, if you use a lot of fillings, it can be a little bit difficult to wrap. about 30 grams each. Okay, 1. 2. Can be a little bit messy. It's okay. So make about this. I use 4 hard-boiled eggs. I like to use 2 cage-free eggs because they're more humane and they are made in Singapore and they're produced in Singapore. And they are fresh. You can also use choose omega-6 eggs because they are higher in omega-6 and has more vitamins, etc.
Do you have a question?
Oh yes, hi.
Someone asked, what can you use to replace egg mayo filling?
If you don't want to use bakwa or egg mayo, you can use red bean paste, coconut paste, luncheon meat, etc. Yeah, this dough that I'm showing today, you can use for any fillings that you like. Thank you. Okay, last one, 8. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, now it's not yet 20 minutes, but we will still proceed with the wrapping of our buns. Because by right, we should let the buns rest for about 20 minutes so that they're easy to work with. But it's okay. Let us proceed. Lightly flour your surface again with some bread flour. Okay, start from the one that you roll first. So just flatten it. We use this because it has ridges on them and then it can press out all the air inside the dough so that you don't get like very like bubbly doughs and bubbly buns. See, this can actually press out the air. Okay, try to roll the edges a little bit thinner and keeping the center a little bit thicker. I don't have a space for this. Okay, let us roll again. Okay, and then we will wrap the mayonnaise, egg mayonnaise. Okay, just gently press it, pull the edges. Just like wrapping dumplings like that. Oh, wait. Oh, here. Oh, okay, here. Okay, remember to twist the bottom of the buns so that the fillings don't fall out. And then just round it again. Can y'all see? I'm not sure. Careful with the pen. Okay, and then same, round the bottom. Can see? Should I do it here? Okay. Okay, and then I will just put it here onto that. Press it. Round it. This is for the second proving. Again, I put it here. Same, roll out into a bigger circle. Try keeping the center a bit thicker than the edges. You see, this thing is really good. It presses out the air bubbles here. You can get this online or at any bakery shop. And then just wrap it up. Pull the edges. Wrap it up. Pull the edges. And then seal it. I'm sure many of you have like wrapped dumplings before, right? And then remember, this step is very important. It smoothen up your bun and it seal the bun in. Trying to break the air bubbles. And they roll very big. It's a bit harder to wrap on this. Okay, again, smoothen it. Okay, I won't show all 8, so I will do some and then we'll proceed to baking our happiness tarts.
Then someone asked,
Yes.
can we eat the egg mayo filling with bakwa on
Of
top?
course, it's very tasty. I ate a lot while I was making. It's really, really tasty. You can also spread the egg mayo with bakwa on even normal bread, slices of bread. Then you can just make them as sandwiches. Then you can add some pork floss too. Okay, I think that should be okay. I will just make 4. Okay, with that, right? Our buns. So we need to cook them for another 40 to 60 minutes for them to become fully proof, and then it will taste very nice and fluffy. But due to time constraint, I will just proof it for a while and then we'll go and do our tarts first and then we will carry on. So I'll proof them in a warm, moist place. Usually I use my oven and then I'll put in a cup of hot water. So yeah, I'll proceed. Yes.
Why do we need proofing?
For all breads, right, you need to proof for the yeast to grow and for the gluten, everything to puff up. That's for bread making. If you are making like cakes with baking powder and soda, you don't need. So for breads, you actually need to proof them. Because if not that, it will look like this. They will look like this, and they are very small. Some recipes ask for uses 1 proof, but I prefer to use 2 proof because I feel that the buns are nicer and more fluffy and they keep longer as well. This will stay soft even for 2 to 3 days and they are made without preservatives.
You can keep them in the fridge to keep them fresh.
Yes, you can keep them in the fridge because we are using egg mayo. It's more perishable than like kaya or what. So once I make, usually I'll put them in the fridge and then I will heat them up in a microwave for about 10 seconds before I eat them in the morning. But if you put like kaya or butter sugar. It doesn't matter. You can keep them outside for a day.
Some people want to see the filling a bit comes out.
Come. It's just egg mayo. I use mayonnaise. I use a Japanese brand, and then just the bakwas from Golden Bridge. These bakwas taste very nice. They taste like the Chinese sausages. So when my husband ate it, he was like, "Wow, what's a very interesting taste?" He said it's different. It's not so hard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's proceed to our happiness tarts. Okay, just give me a minute. Thanks for bearing with me in my humble kitchen. It's very small. Okay. Here we are. And yes.
Someone also asked, like, how do you make the egg mayo?
Oh, I use I boil 4 hard-boiled eggs. I use 2 cage-free eggs. For hard-boiled eggs, I boil them for about 15 minutes until they're very hard. And then I deshell them, mash them, add some salt and pepper, and mayonnaise, about 4 tablespoons. 1 hard-boiled egg to 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. So, and then I'll mix it up, and then that's it. You can wrap them in buns. You can eat them with rice. You can eat them on sandwiches. Okay, with that, let's proceed. While waiting for our buns to be proof, let us make the red bean almond happiness tarts. This is the red bean almond happiness tarts. These are wrapped with red beans. The red bean paste I bought from a store, bakery store, and then I mix the red bean paste with toasted almonds for the extra crunch. This is the almond. This is the red bean paste mixed with toasted almonds. I wrote them in advance and put them in the fridge so that they are easier to work with. You see, they are not like soft, they are hard and easy to work with. Okay, for this red bean happiness tarts, right? I'm using cream cheese from Almond and also Almond Bell's whipping cream. This one, right? Why I choose to use this? Because a lot of tart recipes, right? They will ask you to put cheese powder, which is also nice. But I tried to use cream cheese and whipping cream, dairy ones, and then they give the crust, right, a very light, 酥酥的感觉, like flaky. It's different, and it's not so heavy. And also, I like to use Annabelle's salted butter for pastries and cookies, because salted butter gives cookies and pastry a more savory taste, 比较有口感. But for breads, I like to use unsalted butter. Okay, with that, let us proceed. Okay, I'm using Annabelle's unsalted butter. I'll put them into the mixer. Followed by caster sugar. Here, use caster sugar because, yeah, you can incorporate them better into the butter. Don't use normal sugar. Followed by cream cheese. Okay, for this cream cheese, remember to always use cream cheese at room temperature so that it can be incorporated easily. Okay, with that, then let us mix. Here's a K bitter. Mix until they are well mixed. Then you can add in the whipping cream. Okay, for the whipping cream, we are using 85 grams of the whipping cream, the dairy ones. Almond Red's whipping cream is very light. As everybody knows, Almond Red is a French brand, and they use really high quality butter. They supply very good high quality butter and cream cheese. So 85.
Someone asked if they can reduce the sugar.
For the tarts, is it? I won't recommend. I won't recommend because the tarts itself is not the pastry itself is not very sweet. And the butter, right? The salted butter it actually enhances the taste of it. Okay, as you can see, right? It has the butter and cream cheese and custard sugar has sort of come together. So just let us scrape now. Yes.
What the you use for the mixing?
Oh, for this one, I just use low speed to just let it come together. Don't use high speed at first because all your ingredients will fly. Then you have a very dirty kitchen. So until they come together just a while, then I will increase the speed a little bit to level 2, medium speed. Okay, and then we add in the cream. We also start with low speed, so we want splash. Okay, for this cream, we need to be for about 5 minutes for it to come together. Don't worry when you see that it's like curdling stage. It's actually okay. Don't worry about it. You'll come together. Just start off slow and then slowly increase the speed a bit. Takes about 5 minutes. Okay, let me go preheat my oven. Yeah, because I was actually using my oven as a pumper for my bread. So I took out my bread and just did them on the kitchen counter. Okay, it has sort of come together already. A bit more. Scrape down. And a bit more.
Are we increasing the speed like eventually?
Yeah, eventually we will, but I'm just trying to incorporate them. So I will see, usually medium speed is safe. Yeah, takes a bit of time for this stage. Okay, and I have already prepared 1.5 egg yolks using choose cage-free. I like using choose cage-free eggs because I feel the egg yolk is more orangey. Then gives the tart a more yellowish look. For another 1 minute. Okay, sometimes, right, if we overbeat, it can become a bit wet, but it's also okay. But the final dough should look like this. I have prepared the dough in advance because I like to work with the dough that has been rested, and this I've done it overnight. Oops, I think this is a bit watery. It's okay. This is flour and corn flour. Just add them slowly. See, it's coming together already. Usually, you have to let the dough, right, rest for about 10 minutes before you start rolling them. Because after being rested, they are easier to work with. And after baking, right, the pastry will be more fluffy, not so flat. Why we use corn flour for pastries? Corn flour gives the shoo feel of the pastry. Oops. Okay. It's okay, let her come. Sorry, I have a cat and she's trying to walk everywhere. Come in, come in. Okay, the dough has come together already. See? It's actually okay to work with now, but just a little bit more sticky. Okay, with that, we use our ready pastry. It's okay, don't worry. Clearing up so we have space to work. See, this is the prepared red bean paste with toasted almond. And this is the dough that I prepared and rested. So usually, right, for this red bean paste, I wrote them at 10 grams each. And this one, we will be using at 11 grams. Okay, let us proceed.
How long should we rest the dough after
10 minutes. But for this, I prepared last night. I prefer to let them rest in the fridge overnight so that they are not so sticky and easy to work with. So about 11 grams. You see, they are easier to work with. They don't like stick to the fingers anymore. If you let them like stay in the fridge overnight. Okay, 11 grams. Gently roll them. Don't over roll them because our hands, right, our palms have heat. And then you will make the dough like wet and sticky and difficult to work with. So just gently roll it up. So when you're rolling, don't like roll very hard because the red bean will incorporate with the pastry and then become like a cookie. Just roll them gently and then put them in this baking cases. Because this dough that I'm showing today is a very soft dough, so that we can use like a very light pastry at the end after baking. So I usually recommend using baking cases to hold the shape. So 11 grams, gently. Do you all like rolling those and wrapping all these like pineapple tarts, red bean tarts? I find it therapeutic to do that.
You usually do it yourself or like you get your whole family to help out?
I do myself. Sometimes I will play with my youngest daughter. But for her, usually she will just help me roll the fillings. Yeah. And she's very fast and good at it. She will measure, then roll the fillings. So it's also like to help to let them get involved during like Chinese New Year and also bonding. You see, this butter, right? We're using for almond milk is so nice and good to work with. They are not like oily. And the egg yolk that we use gives a very nice color as well. Oh, as I have used 1.5 egg yolks for this recipe uses about 50 to 60 pieces of tarts. So for the remaining egg yolk, I have reserved them for washing as an egg wash on the tarts.
Usually, if it's still sticky, right, do you flour your hands or palm, like put your palms for it?
Yeah, you can do that. Whatever works for you. Yeah, but don't use too much flour because it will make the dough very hard at the end. Like when you eat it, it will be like very, very like doughy. Okay, let's make a few more. 11. Okay, let us just make 6, okay? So y'all won't get bored. Okay, one more. Even number.
Aside from like the filling, like what other fillings that you recommend?
For this one, for this dough, yeah, you can. It's actually a pineapple tart dough as well. You can use pineapple. You can make the traditional Chinese New Year pineapple tarts. But because Chinese New Year, right? Everybody has pineapple tarts ready, so I thought we try something different. We use red bean because of the 相思 thingy, the Valentine's Day and the 元宵节. So let's have something sweet and round. I toasted my almonds before I mix them into the red bean so that they are more aromatic. Okay, we are done. It's 8. So just let us make 6, okay? I'm using this egg yolk left over from the recipe. I use 1.5 egg yolks, so I still have half left. See, the egg yolks are very, very orangey. Okay, just lightly brush them for a pretty look. It depends on how you like to do. Some people like to do a dot only. Some people like to do more.
Oh yeah, is the red bean paste ready made?
Yeah, I bought from stores ready-made paste.
How sweet is it actually?
I bought the less sweet one. Yeah, in all the bakery stores nowadays, they have like less sweet red bean paste, less sweet pineapple paste. So you can, yeah, healthier choice. So we are lucky, right? We don't have to make everything from scratch nowadays. It's the same paste that you make with pink ones. Yeah, but even the pineapple tarts, right? The pineapple paste nowadays have what less sugar, less sour.
Oh, someone asked.
Mm.
I would like to wrap bakwa bits. What paste should I need to replace the red bean ones?
Oh, you can just wrap them with bakwa bits.
Oh, you don't need like a paste to like.
No need. You can just like cut it out into like small meals, and then just wrap it. Try it. Then tell me. Maybe it's very nice. Can be a savory paste. Okay, then I sprinkle with some toasted sesame seeds for a more aesthetic look. This also feels a bit like 月饼, right? Like 圆圆的. Okay, here's our 相思 tarts ready. I'll put them in the oven for 20 minutes at 170 degrees. Put on the middle rack. All right, so off they go. Okay, here are our buns. Hang on, hang on. Space constraint. Okay, so for the doughs, right? For the doughs, right, that you cannot finish wrapping, you can actually keep them for a day or two. Don't keep in the fridge. So when you want to use them, you can just wrap them, but don't keep them for a very long time because we have egg yolk inside, so it's perishable. Okay, off it goes into the. Okay. Here are our prosperity buns. Okay, because we don't have enough time to proof them fully, I'll still go ahead and show you like after second proving. By right, it should be a bit bigger, but it's still not very big. Okay. Again, you need to use an egg wash or brush on the top of your buns to give a nice glossy look like those. You know the bakery shops? They always have these nice glossy looks. Just mix them. Just the egg wash. Okay. Again, gently brush on your eggs. Brush on your buns, the doughs. And then you can send them for baking. Usually you have to proof for at least 40 minutes for second proving. See how big these buns are? This is after 40 minutes of proving, then I baked it.
For the buns, right? Is it the longer to cook it better?
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes to 1 hour, but don't overproof it because after a while, I think the yeast will die and then it will start to deflate or you will dry out. Oh, and remember, when you buy yeast, right, always keep them when not using in the fridge so that they will still stay usable. If not, sometimes you get frustrated why your buns are not rising because the yeast have died and you don't know. You have just left them at room temperature, but they have died. Okay, so these are our buns after the egg wash. Then by right, we should have two for 40 minutes, but we don't have time, so yeah. And then put it in the oven for 190 degrees for 10 minutes. And then 150 degrees for the last 5 minutes. This will be the end product buns. This is how they will look like. Nice and fluffy, right? The egg wash will give it a nice brown sheeny look. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make the bun topping so that we can coat the pork floss. These are like all the famous bakeries, right? They have the pork floss buns. So I'm teaching you the topping. And the topping is very important because it entices the pork floss and makes the bun very, very tasty. Okay, mayonnaise. This is mayonnaise. This is powdered sugar. This is unsalted butter. I forgot to take out the unsalted butter earlier just now. So it's a little bit hard, but let's try. This I'm using a hand mixer. Okay, this is unsalted butter. It's too hard. Oops. Oh, you got some. Okay, let me try to break up the butter first. It's because I didn't take out my butter earlier. So it's very hard now. Anjong, I forgot to take out. Okay, then sugar powder. It shouldn't be like that, but due to my butter, right? Oh, because the thing not due to, okay, some mistakes from me. Butter, I forgot to take out earlier for it to be softened. So after I mix it, it stuck to my mixer top tips. And then this is butter. This is powdered sugar. By right, you will all just mix properly, but because of the temperature is too cold now. Then you just add 25 grams, just add some mayonnaise inside. What's the mayonnaise? Yeah, 15 grams of mayonnaise. Okay, and then continue mixing. Okay, done. Now we can put the buns with topping. Use the bun here. Use the spreading spoon. Just spread the bun toppings that I just showed you onto your buns.
Someone asked, is that light mayonnaise or just regular mayonnaise?
I use regular mayonnaise, but you can choose any mayonnaise you like. Okay, hang on. Yeah, now comes our yummy bakwa. Usually, I'll use 1 tablespoon of bakwa pork floss for 1 bun, but just let us pour, okay? You see, that's one, right? Just dip it like you always see in the bread shops, right? You just do this, very, very satisfying. You can put as much pork floss as you like.
Oh, someone asked, can we skip the mayo or is there like a substitute that we can use like this?
By right, they use because mayonnaise gives it the special taste that, like for example, the famous bread shops they sell, right? Gives for the pork floss buns. This is the special taste. But you can try just using butter. But it will be just buttery sweet, like a cream. Okay, here we are. Our buns. It's ready. Ta-da! You can add more. You can add more butter if you want, and then add more topping you want, and then add more of this. As much as you like. Ta-da! Isn't it prosperous and abundance? Okay. This you can keep for like a day as well. Actually, it is very good on just normal plain slices of bread as well. You can just also use plain bread and then spread this, add pork floss. Still tastes good. Okay, now let us take a look at our red bean tarts. Our red bean tart still has 5 minutes to go. So by the end result will be this. All right. Yeah, we have come to the end of our baking. Sorry, we couldn't show everything because of the time constraint. But I hope all of you can try this out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. or you can refer to my video and recipe on the right app. Why don't we cut up one of our buns? Yes. Okay. Can you see? Can you see? Okay, let's cut. Ta-da! See? If you like, you can put more fillings inside. So it depends on how daring you are to put inside the fillings, and then how daring you are to pull the skin of the buns. Okay, and let's cut our tarts. A bit like European pastry, a bit like Hong Kong pastry. Yeah, try it. Let's cut up another one. Yes, later I will let them try that. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, almost lunchtime. Thank you everyone for coming in and joining me. Thank you for joining me in my humble kitchen that I keep running in and out. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope everyone have a happy new year, and thank you Choose Eggs, thank you Golden Bridge, and thank you Ellen Bell for all the sponsorships. I hope all of you enjoy this recipe and have a happy and prosperous Chinese New Year. My tart is almost ready, but I'm not sure if we have time. Oh, okay, sure. While waiting, do you all have any questions?
So usually like your favorite like CNY treats besides the buns and the.
Oh, I like pineapple tarts. They are a killer. Like I will eat so many and then they're very fattening. Yes, but I like pineapple tarts. I like Bakwa. Yeah, and I really like this one. This is really good. It uses Iberico. Oh, it's very good. What else do I like? I like kue buru too, and I like Florentines. Because when I eat Florentine, I think less guilty because like it's very thin. They have lots of healthy nuts. Yeah. Any more questions for this?
Do you make your own like CNY treats for your family, or is it like you buy or you do?
I do both. Like I buy because sometimes it's fun to buy because you eat what other people make, and sometimes I make as well. Yeah.
What other ones have you made like besides this one?
I didn't make any this year. Oh, I made bakwa buns yesterday.
Ooh.
Yes, I used the same recipe, and then I cut the bakwa into half, and then I rolled it. You can visit my Instagram, YenN88, maybe today or tomorrow, to check it out. I'll be posting it maybe today. Yeah. So this recipe for this buns, right? They're very versatile. You can use it for anything. And this I tweaked them from a Taiwanese recipe. So I hope you enjoyed it because the buns are really fluffy.
Someone asked like, how do you store the tarts in the fridge? Is it in the fridge or?
You can store them in the fridge, but I just put them in an airtight container. Yeah, you can keep them for a week or two. If you want to eat them and then you prefer them crispy, you can lightly toast them. But if you put them in the fridge, you can also just lightly toast them when you want to eat it. Everybody must be hungry, huh? It's almost lunchtime. What else? Oh, I like to use this mayonnaise. This is very good for egg mayo and also for the topping for the buns. These bakwa are very good because they're very small slices. So when I eat one, I feel less guilty. You know, the normal ones are very big. So if you eat one, let's check my tarts. Okay, here are our happiness 相识 tarts for Valentine's Day and 元宵节. Valentine's Day is on the 14th of February, which is one day away from the 元宵节 on the 15th of February. So I hope you all can have a happy Valentine's Day, 元宵节 and Happy New Year. This is our tart. These are our tarts. They taste really good when they are hot. So yeah, when you bake them, remember to eat them hot. Or you keep them, you can just toast them. Ta-da! I hope all of you have enjoyed this session with me. Thanks for coming. Thanks everyone for staying with me for 1 hour. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.